All right. So you wrote this letter to Larry David. It was a funny letter. Are you actually upset about his take on this, or was it all in good fun?
No, I think when people do absurd things, you respond with absurdity, just like yourself. And so what I did is sent the letter out, and I'm glad he enjoyed it. But at the end of the day, the real irony of ironies, Dan, is actually it's illegal to hand out water in his home state of New York. Here in Georgia, what we said is you can't do any politicking, electioneering. But people that work, poll workers, they can hand out all the water they want. But we've actually defeated long lines in Georgia with the Election Integrity Act. The last election we had in 2022, lines were less than 2 minutes. So I don't know where that lady found that lady, but no lines in Georgia. It must have been up in New York State.
But as a technical matter, right, if Larry David or whoever had done what Larry David did, it would be a technical violation of the law. It sounds like your point is we're not enforcing that. We're not sending cops out to arrest people for handing out water.
What we're really looking for is making sure that people aren't disturbed within that 150-foot zone. People coming in there with campaign T-shirts, giving people food or water, and just saying, remember who you need to vote for. And that's what happened back in 2020. So we want to make sure it's a no politicking, no electioneering zone. And that's really important. Like I said, lines are shorter than 2 minutes here in Georgia. In fact, when you get to the front line, that short 2-minute line, we're actually, with our electronic poll pads, are getting people checked in 1 minute. So we've defeated long lines here in Georgia. But if he wants to really take on something big, irony of ironies, why doesn't he go up to New York State and talk about what they do up there?
Now, you mentioned, though, just now, that something happened in 2020 in Georgia. You've been given credit for bucking Donald Trump, even though you are a Republican and you did support the change in this law when Donald Trump said that the election was stolen from him in the state of Georgia. It sounds like you are suggesting, though, that there were irregularities in 2020?
No, I'm saying that during the runoff race, there were campaigns, and they were coming up there with their T-shirts on. You could tell who they're representing, and they really were just trying to break that zone and use an excuse, and then using water or food. So we put an end to that, but also at the same time, I said, let's make sure we keep those lines shorter than 1 hour. So we worked with the counties, we put it into state law, and like I said, lines are shorter than 1 hour on election day. It has to be, that's state law. And then we have this electronic poll pads now. People are getting checked in under a minute sometimes in some of our counties. And we track and monitor that with all 2,500 precincts we have in the state of Georgia. So we're really working on the important issues and proving that we get the results posted up quickly. And we have now 17 days of early voting. So people have plenty of opportunities to vote in Georgia. We have high record turnout, and people are having a good time. We have over 90% of all people polled afterwards, after the 2022 race, said that they had a great voter experience.
And we talked about that on this show as well. Let me play a piece of sound from earlier in the season. This is from Curb Your Enthusiasm, when they had the Morning Joe crew over on MSNBC talk about it. Let's listen.
A bottle of water.
I mean, it's an outrageous law, Willie, but come on. You got to take your hat off to Larry David. It had to be done, and damn it, he did it.
Now, were you a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan before all of this, or was this the first time you became aware of the show?
Well, I'm a conservative Republican, but I'm just not mad about it. And those folks on MSNBC seem like they're mad about everything. And so we're having some fun with this and pointing it back. In fact, I think David probably fell out of his chair when he got that letter from me. Wow, a Republican with a sense of humor. Must be a unicorn. But, we're making sure we have fair, honest, and accurate elections here in Georgia, and we're just not mad about it. We're trying to improve the voter experience, making sure we have great accuracy, get those results posted real quick, and have fun at the same time. We're trying to make elections fun, and also maybe at some point they'll get back to being boring.
Did you watch the finale?
No, I had to miss that one last night. I was tied up with some other things, but I'll make sure this young fellow that's, probably has the movie here, and I'll watch it tomorrow night.
Brad Raffensperger, thanks for being a good sport. Thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Always am. Take care.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.